Hey folks. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Hey, so, guess what we're playing? Well, actually, you don't need to guess because you can probably tell by the title of this video. That's right, I'm on observation duty 2. Not the first one, not the one where it took us how many videos to get through it. We're playing number 2, finally. Sit back, relax, let's get on the show. So here we are. Now, I have played through it a few times because I actually kind of enjoy it. Now, I'm going to be cycling backwards through the cameras because I have learnt something. There is a particular set of intruders who are doing things. I'm not going to say any more than that. They're just doing things. But luckily, because of the way that this particular house is laid out, and you'll see with the camera angles, etc., that when you're in a particular room, you can actually see their shadow. So, let's get into a new game. We have the Cursed House, and we have the House of the Past. Now, House of the Past, I've tried playing it, and yeah, I don't really like it. So we might do a couple of run-throughs of that and then move on to, when the time comes, I should say, we'll move on straight on to I'm on observation duty 3, because I just don't like it visually. So yeah, let's get on with it. I clicked the wrong one, didn't I? But you can see why I don't really like the House of the Past. How did I even manage to do that? I don't know. It's your fault, you distracted me. Hopefully I clicked on the right one this time. So as you can see, a lot nicer, it's a lot easier. I do have the brightness up on this because I found that, unfortunately, obviously you read through that while I'm talking. Unfortunately, when I did have the brightness at the default setting, I couldn't see shit, basically. Even with the brightness up on, turning the brightness up through my screen, through the screen itself, I still couldn't actually see anything. So the brightness is up, and also my eyes are pretty crap lately. So yeah, it helps to actually be able to see things. So normally I'd go this way through the cameras, but no, I'm going to go reverse because yeah, there's something that goes on in this particular room. All I'll say is you'll know what I mean by the layout of the rooms. Like, you can see outside there. Just remember that Ottoman, I think it's called. But anyway, anomalies basically the same as the previous ones, with the addition of things like corpse, and they've removed the shadow anomalies and added shrinkage and growth, as well as just the door opening as opposed to opening and closing. Alright, so backwards through it. Keep an eye on paintings and everything, of course. I do want that up a little bit because there are actual sounds to pay attention to in this game. So there's our living room there. So when I say that you can see their shadow, it's on that one. Alright. Let's see what is going on. I'm also going through it backwards, not just so that I can avoid, not just to avoid showing you what happens in that particular room, But it's also because I don't want to have to blur it, and I'm still learning how to blur with the editing software I'm using. Anything we can see through the windows. I always think that thing,
just say it.
That thing, I know what that thing is. It's a barbecue. I always think that for some reason that the barbecue gets smaller. Don't know why. Just think that it does. Now, one of the other things that kind of gets to me, apart from the really tiny sink in the kitchen, which you're not going to be able to wash anything in, let's be honest. The only thing that really gets to me is some of the ghosts. All I'll say is someone got a little bit lazy. So you'll look at some of the ghosts and go, yeah, that's... there we go already. I recognize that ghost. Which one of them you... well, at least us older internet users will likely remember. One of the original memes, if you like. So it still does take a little while to report stuff, but it doesn't seem to be quite as long as the original game, which is handy. Anything on our table? Another thing that annoys me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the settings for the heads of the table? Something going on in there. Yeah, a little rude that they don't have it set out properly. Now that, I think, through there is actually the kitchen. Oh, there is also a second cam, so you can actually go through and do that. I just don't like using it because I would rather go back to and actually see it. Did something happen in the garage? Because that window there is leading through there. Which I'm sure you'll all figure out because you're all very intelligent people. Or not because you're watching my videos. I mean, just look at it whatever way you will. I'm just going to say you're intelligent. I'm clearly not, because it takes me so long to get through these games.
My brain hurts!
But that's not the point. Right. It's gone. This would be the dining room, and it is object disappearance. Unless I've completely and utterly lost the plot, which is entirely possible. If you excuse me, I'm actually getting a bit of a cold, so I'm going to be drinking and clearing my throat on a regular basis. And try not to spill it down my chin. Anything. Might turn that up just a little bit for you. Study. And I think that was classed as object movement. And falling isn't really... well, technically speaking, falling would be a movement. But I wouldn't say it moved as such. There's a shadow there if you look very closely. It's almost the same size as that, so I wonder if maybe that moves there. We'll find out soon enough, won't we? Oh, is it always garage town? Yeah, it's always yard. Yard. The garage and the yard. Backyard. Crikey. Yes, I can make fun of Australians. I lived there for a few years, and they make fun of us often enough, so sue me. Doesn't seem to be a lot going on, really. Nothing's really moving. That sink still annoys me. That's what I've been meaning to ask you folks. There's not a lot of audio for these games, other than obviously me talking and, clicky clacky sounds. Did you just want me to add just, some sort of music in the background? Oh no. Yeah, as I was saying, did you want me to add, just some, nothing too loud, nothing too crazy, just enough for there to be some sort of audio other than me blathering on? Let me know in the comments down below if, that's the sort of thing you'd like me to start doing. Oh, that's a painting anomaly. Also, I am having a little bit of trouble with my mic. For some reason, the power connection keeps dropping out. The jack for it is loose, I should say. So please bear with me on that. It's going to be a while before I can actually replace the mic, because it's not the cord itself; it is the actual jack. Believe it or not, I've measured it. Which is apparently something that can happen with this particular microphone over time. Which it's not that old. It's only about, it would have been about a year old, rough around about this time last year. So, painting anomaly. So yeah, about a year old this time last year, which would mean that it's about 2 years old. So I am going to try and get another mic at some point. I'm going to go from the Yeti to maybe like Shure. You're not meant to be all the way out there, you silly goose. So yeah, bear with me on that one. If I do end up having too many issues with this, because literally, like, the cord just falls out, which means it's not usable, I will try taping it into place. But if I'm going to have to do that, then I may as well just buy a whole new bloody mic. I could probably find other ways of fixing it, but why? Plus, this one's just. I'm not happy with how much I've got to, stuff around with the audio to actually get it sounding how I want it to sound, and not sounding like absolute trash half the time. So, I'm looking at the Shure. I think it's the MX7, possibly. It's got a bit of pickup on it. It's just better all round. Like, this is good for if you're doing very close and you're having to be quite accurate, because it does have like the ASMR type settings to it. But if I move my head around too much, like I'm talking now, and I can see on OBS that you can barely really hear me, but all it takes for me to turn back like this, and I did have a try of the Shure MX7, and I could do this, and you could still hear me properly. The same volume as what you'd hear me now. But if anyone has any suggestions that don't cost an absolute arm and a leg, because I currently do not have any money, so to speak, then let me know. I've reported you, go away.
What?
Did I not report it? Did I not report it? I'm sure I reported it. In fact, I'm positive I reported it. So, that's on I'm on observation duty too. Yeah, I think I was just blathering on a bit too much to actually pay attention. So we will call it there on that one. It just gives you a little bit of a little aperitif for what this brain function not there for what the I'm sorry sorry for what sort of the look of this game. Number 3 is weirder, but also better still. I think I actually said that in the last video anyway. But yeah, we'll call it there for this one. You keep an eye out for a new mic. Like I said, if you've got any better ideas for anything other than the Shure MX7, I'm also definitely going to look at getting a better camera, because as you can see, I'm still playing around with lighting and everything, but you can see there
Much later.
There we go. Point made. That all died. I literally just moved the mic and it died. So please like and subscribe, and catch me on Twitch on the 28th. Maybe give me a little bit of money to go towards a new mic that actually works. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to a real absolute bloody potato of a mic that costs like $20-30. Please. But please. It's a birthday stream. I'm gonna be all alone on my birthday apart from when my mum comes home and I make her dinner. So yeah. As always, thank you all for joining. Thank you for putting up with my glorious microphone that decided to fail on me right at the end there as well. And as always, do all that good stuff.
Hey folks, me from the future but also the past here, if that makes any sense at all. A little bit of a weird outro here. I somehow managed to cut the outro from the video and then lose the outro. So, as always, Potato Mike, as always, thank you for joining us. Look after yourselves. Look after your friends, your family, all that normal stuff I say to you. And as always, cheers.
Oh Lord, I love it when things go wrong. Story of my life.